that area over time, you will become an expert. So what it means is maybe through school, through residency or whatever, through practice, if you get up to 8,000 to 10,000 hours doing a particular, maybe like about 2 hours a day of reading, of studying, of practicing, you will soon become an expert. The second thing is see yourself as a creative solutionist. Take pride in your ability to create. You have to love creating to continue to create, and mindset. The third thing is that you have to be disruptive in your thinking. There's no point coming up with ideas that have been done over and over again. Be original, be fresh, think outside the box. The box, as we say, is the boundary of our minds. You've got to push needle and then collaborate. Don't be scared of people stealing your idea. Find people who are heading in the same direction as yourself. You cannot do it all by yourself. You need to find people who have different skill sets, who have qualities that can complement what you have. And most importantly for me is you have to be resilient. We live in a country where nothing gets handed to you on a platter. So you have to develop staying power. You have to carry the "it is possible" mindset. And as I round off, let me just quickly run you through some examples of how we create and innovate at Paramount. One of the things we did to solve a practical problem in society was in 2005, when Nigerian music videos were so bad, nobody was playing them. We came and in partnership with Shell, we delivered a program called Making the Video, where we brought directors from outside the continent to train our people. And the first generation of Nigerian directors who were making glossy, very, very well packaged music videos came through that program. It was a short training program, but it made a world of difference. So Making the Video was the catalyst to getting Nigerian music videos on continental TV and international TV. And today, Nigerian music videos are at par with the best of them from across the world. The MTV Africa Music Awards, affectionately called the Mamas, is a stage on which African and Nigerian artists really got international recognition for the very first time. And it was on the stage we initiated the first of big collaborations between Nigerian artists, Nigerian singers, and international acts. MTV Sugar was how we found an interesting way to teach young people about HIV/AIDS prevention, reproductive health, gender-based violence issues, and other issues that society feels uncomfortable to speak about. Well, we put a drama series on TV that is award-winning, but more importantly, that is penetrating more markets because of its impact. The World Health Organization commissions a post-campaign analysis every single campaign, and the results are always phenomenal. The BET Awards, the first time Nigerian artists got awards on a truly international stage, Davido and Bada Boy in succession before Bada Boy went on to win the Grammys. And reality show formats like Inside Life with Erica continue to shine the light on Nigeria's undoubted talent pool that continues to shape the narrative for Nigeria positively in the international space. Innovating through lockdown, we did Africa Day benefit concert. We raised money through it. For societies that were most impacted by the pandemic. Last year, it was hosted by Idris Elba. I had everyone who's a big personality within the entertainment space on it. And we also streamed it. It was the biggest streaming event on the continent last year. In conclusion, every great innovation or invention or idea must take root in compassion. There must be a genuine desire to help people, to help yourself, to help society, to help the world, solve one problem or the other. What is it that you're going to do differently to, make it more convenient, to make it faster, to make it easier for humans to do what humans must do? And you can't be scared of failure. We've got to fail forward. You've got to try it. Every time you fail, you learn a new way not to do it. And we all hear of how, different inventors failed many times before they got it right. So you've got to have that appetite to fail forward. And creativity, finally, and innovation in any field must come with failures, as I already said. So you can't be failure averse or risk averse. Because of time, this is not a topic we can exhaust in the time that has been allotted. But I just wanted conversation starters. I wanted to stimulate your minds. I wanted to open up your minds to what is possible if we think creativity in the context of problem solving, and we recognize that we are in a society that actually needs problem solvers. And we take pride in being that, community of persons or that group of persons who will put themselves forward, equip themselves, develop the capacity and the resilience to go through whatever gets thrown at us to develop the solutions to the problems that beset Nigeria. Finally, I want you to take some time to research this guy called Jerry Malo, who developed a supercar in Nigeria I think he lives in Jos. Jerry Malo, you can just run a search on him. Is a young guy, I think about 26 years old, who's developed his own company, creating supercars right here in Nigeria, 26-year-old. You can imagine how difficult life must be for him, going through all of the, jumping through the hoops and the challenges to create a car. But he's a firm believer that that's the only way. It's the difficult way, but it's the only way. And we can draw inspiration from this guy and the magic that he's creating, and go on to create magic and solutions ourselves in our own respective spheres of interest and influence. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. I really had to rush, and I hope that I've not overstayed my welcome. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Akintunde-Bada. That was a wonderful presentation. Indeed, every one of us, we are all born with to be creative. And we can see that, we know that everybody is trying to express the creativity in them. We have over 150 people on in the webinar trying to know how to express this creativity that is embedded in them. Thank you so much. Please, I can see that some people are asking some questions in the chat. You have to use the question and answer. Mr. Bada Akintunde-Johnson will be with us till the end. We are going to have a very robust discussion at the end, where we can take some of these questions and be able to discuss them. So please drop them in the Q&A box instead of the chat, please. Thank you so much, Mr. Bada, for the presentation. Without wasting time, we'll go to the second presentation by Mr. Hyacinth Aneke. So I'll call on Dr. Patrick to read the citation before we go into his presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Bengai-Lori. So yes, Hyacinth Aneke is the Chief Executive Officer of Valor Creator Limited, a training, coaching, and consultancy company with a focus on business innovation and leadership development. He has achieved well over 25 years of post-qualification corporate experience in the food and beverage industry, the Diageo Group, the financial industry, and the oil and gas industry, the Shell Group. Hyacinth now helps entrepreneurs, innovators, and business builders to innovate, create products, launch, and grow profitable businesses using the proven 5-phase value thinker business building model, so they can create wealth by helping people. He is the author of the award-winning, fast-selling book, Startup to Fortune, the A to Z of how to build a great business and make a fortune helping a lot of people. Hyacinth holds a BSc from the University of Benin, an MBA from the University of Lagos, and Masters in International Management from the University of London. He is also trained in the following executive programs in the course of his career: Lagos Business School's Executive Program, the Harvard Executive Education, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology Sloan Management Executive Education, Columbia Business School Executive Education, and Talk Executive Education, among others. With a commitment to community development, Hyacinth is also the founder of Bridge of Hope Education Foundation, a not-for-profit educational foundation set up to give hope to the less privileged in the society. His life commitment is to work, to serve, and help others be more through nation building and other development initiatives.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Aneke, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to appreciate everyone for having me here. I want to start on the existing protocol. Thank you. It's a privilege to be here, and I want to tell the student that the reason we are here is because of them. So I'll just go right away to share my screen. Yeah, okay. Please let me be sure that you can see my screen, all right? I have a short time, so I'm going to be very fast. When it comes to innovation process, there are a few things I want us to understand, before we go ahead. The first thing is that innovation does not start with an idea or a solution. Oftentimes what I've experienced is that when, some people have, a potential idea or an opportunity, what I see happening is that they think that they have an innovation idea. It doesn't start from an idea, it starts with a problem, okay? Secondly, I think Dr. Bada made made some insinuation about that. Every new venture, every innovation is an experiment, okay? So if it's an experiment, you're not going to spend all your money, okay? You just do short experiments, you get a lot of information and be able to make quick decision whether you are going on the right direction or not. So you're going to use a structured approach to experimentation, which we call structured experimentation. The experiment is a teamwork, all right? I think Dr. Bada also mentioned that. Yes, there's this wrong idea of solo entrepreneurs, everywhere. But if you look at, all the innovators, great innovators we know in the world, the likes of Apple, you will find out that it's a teamwork. Even though they project a name, but it's a team that is behind it, okay? So your product idea also, all right? Because people stop at a point where they have, a new product or a new innovation in the market. The product idea is not the same as your business idea. You need to build a business around, okay, your innovation for you to be profitable. So your business idea is your business model. So you need a business model. Okay, so let's look at the innovation process, all right? I'm going to talk us through four steps to innovation, 4 broad headings. The first one is innovation opportunity generation. So how do you generate opportunities to innovate? The second one is customer problem need profile. You need to understand the problems that you're trying to, to solve or you're trying to innovate. And the third one is the innovation idea or solution concept. So the whole idea about innovation is to, have the mindset, have the understanding that there are several solutions to a given problem. So your work is to find the most creative, the best solution, okay, that, that meets the problem and make things better for the people. The last one is to build a business model around your innovation, right? Oftentimes people talk about passion, but what I tell people is that if your passion is not profitable, very soon it's not going to be sustainable. So you need to be able to, create value for the market in your innovation and be able to capture value from the market. So let's look at the first one, innovation and idea process, opportunity generation. So what is it? That's the inspiration, the circumstances, the problem or opportunities or both that motivates you to find a solution because you are trying to make things better for people. So what is that inspiration? What are those circumstances? What are those problem or opportunities or both that motivates you to find a solution? So one of the questions that we can ask, to open our mind to such solution is how might we help, okay, a market segment solve XYZ problem or satisfy XYZ need? Remember I said that innovation doesn't start from a solution. It doesn't start with an idea, but it starts with the problem. So you are asking the question, how might we? The reason you are using the word, you're not asking how can we, because you recognize that, how can we limit you to one solution option, but how might we, it gives you the mindset that there could be several solutions, to that problem.